Hi, good morning folks. In this video, we're going to take a look at who are the Sabres' top 10 draft picks after the second round in their entire history. Coming up. All right. Let's get on it. I gotta get about my morning. I'll be back later to do an afternoon video, but I wanted to throw this up just for a little fun this morning. And I did some research, was looking at it, and I came up with these 10 names. Now, to qualify for this list, they have to be drafted in the third round and after. Not the top 2 rounds, none of that. It's pretty easy to say we got a steal in the first round or second round even sometimes, you know, historically. But when you start in the draft in the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and all these rounds, you know, it's got to be some smarts that are involved in that. So let me throw that over there, and we'll get on it. And there's 10 to this list. I wanted to make 10 this time. Usually, you know, I do 5, but for a list like this, I think there should be 10. So coming in at number 10. A lot of you will remember him. I got Odette. And he came in, and I want to get this right. So let me flip this for a sec, guys, because it's the first one, and it kind of sets the tone for the rest of it. I think that's about right. Hey? Okay. And here we go. Okay, so this should do it, guys. God darn it. I should have put the first one in right away, I think. But anyway, it is what it is. Let's see how it looks. It looks like it's going to work if I move the 183 over. So Odette was drafted in 1989. He was drafted 183rd overall, and in the 9th round. All right, let's keep moving. How's it look? Let me see what you guys see. Kind of sucks, eh? Anyway, I'll try to keep it as level as possible as we're moving up the ladder. Odette comes in at number 9. And I'm going by guys that were, they didn't have to be stars, they had to be regular. Some are stars also, of course, but some of them are regulars that were just solid, like 20, 25 goal guys that had careers that when you draft them 183rd, you're not expecting much. You're just throwing something at the wall, seeing if it'll stick, and it does sometimes. Number 9. A name very familiar to many Sabres fans again. Is Ray Sheppard. Ray Sheppard was a 30-goal man more than once, I believe. At least that's what my memory tells me. I didn't really check the numbers. Ray Sheppard, I'm guessing, had about 300-something career goals. I'd be willing to guess if I was to guess. And he was drafted in 1984. And he went 60th overall in the 3rd round. How are we looking now? It sucks. It still sucks. Anyway, moving along. Number 8. Number 8 is Darren Pupa, who had a pretty consistent career overall, especially in the wins department. I remember that much about him. He was a guy that it just seemed like he was going to do, you know, he was going to just go further. It's hard to explain. I mean, if you look at his numbers, you say, oh, it was a decent career, but, you know, it teased you. It made you think, hold on, let me put in the numbers here. It made you think his career was just gonna be better. I don't know, it's hard to explain it any better than that, I guess. And okay, so Darren Pupa was drafted in 1983. He was 74th in the draft, and he was in the 4th round. And let me get back here with you guys. Slight improvement. So here are some of our guys that we drafted in the 80s that surprised. You know, I mean, I've got them mixed up. It's not by decade or anything here, guys. It's all mixed up. Number 7. Let me get this. Hold on. Make sure it's an E or an O. I always get a little mixed up till I see it after. Max Afinogenov comes in at number 7. Afinogenov was drafted in, where are we? 1997. We had a good draft in 97, looking back at it. 97, he was 69th in the draft and taken in the 3rd round. I guess as we're surviving, I'll try and straighten it out. I'm starting to go on a slant. God damn it. Drives me nuts. All right, so we're going to get this back going. We're going to fix that slant in a sec. All right, so Max Afinogenov, 1997, drafted 69th in the 3rd round. Coming in at number 6 is who? Oh, yes. All right. Brian Campbell comes in at number 6. Brian Campbell, a little surprising how low he went in the draft. Looking back at it. Also, another 1997 draft. And, believe it or not, Campbell was picked. This is pretty incredible. He was picked 156th overall. 156, Brian Campbell. Imagine that. I mean, it's, you know, looking at it, you know, when you look at, this is going to drive me nuts, guys. Hold on. This is going to drive me a little nuts. I got to fix this a little because it's going to drive me crazy. There we go. Yeah, 156 for what he brought to the table is pretty incredible. We're straightening out the fort, guys. 3 and 6, eh? So let me put that back in and we'll get back on track here in a sec. It's pretty incredible when you think of what Brian Campbell meant to that Sabres squad back in like 2006, you know, like especially the 2006 run and 2007. And to think he was drafted, actually drafted that low, it kind of blows me away. Really, it does. Hold on. I'm going to just fix this here, and we're going to be getting back on this again. Okay, so Brian Campbell comes in at number 6. We're in the top 5 now. Coming in at number 5. Bill Haight comes in at number 5. Bill Haight was drafted in 1971. Make sure I got that. Looks all right. And where are we? Where are you, Bill? There you are. And he's the highest of the picks here, you'll notice. But he qualifies because it's the 3rd round. He was drafted 33rd overall. And Bill Height, most likely, in my opinion, might have been our most steady defenseman in our history. We can make an argument for other guys, you know, like Mike Ramsey and Schoenfeld and Korab, but Bill Height was that guy that put him on, please, in the Game 7 in overtime. He's not going to let in a goal if he's out there. So Bill Height comes in at number 5. I'll give my reasons also once this board's done. Okay, coming in at number 4, I've had to do a few alterations here, which I'll explain in a sec. Coming in at number 4, is Peter McNabb, who I wish would have stayed a Sabre. Peter McNabb comes in at number 4. He was drafted in 1972, which is what I had to go check, and why you seen a clip in the video, because I had his draft number as his year drafted, which of course is a boneheaded thing on my part. So he was drafted number 72. This is what happens when I don't drink coffee, guys. He's drafted 85th overall, I believe. Yep. And in the 6th round, Peter McNabb went to have a career, a very good career. I'm guessing he had around the ballpark figure of 350 to 400 goals. I don't know. But I'd be willing to get, because I lost track. He went to the Bruins and did really well over there. God. I'd have to check his final numbers, but that's just a ballpark figure in my head. I could be off. McNabb was a good goal scorer, consistent 30-goal guy. God, he even got 40 for sure. I remember one year with Boston. My God, losing him was a bad. It was kind of the end of the not the French Connection era, but it was a chip away at us having a shot at winning the Cup in the 70s when we lost McNabb. All right, number 3. Of course, he's on the list, Alex McGillney. A little crooked here, guys. I could see it already. I'm going to have to, hold on, I have to start angling towards where it says year. Good Lord. All right. Drafted in 1988. Drafted 89th overall. And is it the round I think it was? Yes, it is. Okay. All right. I always get mixed up 5th, 6th round because the rounds changed as years went on. So that's who comes in at number 3 so far. Now, I just want to take a look how this looks, guys. Good God. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Number 2. Comes Ryan Miller. And Ryan Miller was drafted in 1999. Miller went 138th into the 5th round. My goodness, eh? Talk about getting a steal. Yeah, Ryan Miller went all the way down that low before anybody even were gonna take a chance on him. Unbelievable. And our greatest draft steal, folks, of all time, without a doubt. And for some of you young folks that don't know him or might not know him, because we're going all the way back in the 70s here. Check him up online and you just won't believe the story of this player. Taro Tsujimoto. And I'll say Tsujimoto, even though I say Sugimoto all my life, but since I'm, I've always pronounced the T silent, but it's supposed to be the S that's silent, but I got so used to the T being silent, I just did it that way all my life. So, Odette, a good plugger, guy that could get like 20 goals a year, for sure. Ray Shepherd, 30-goal man, consistent, had a very decent career in the NHL. You check all these guys had full careers. Darren Pupa, he was a very solid goalie in an era where the Sabres just couldn't win in the playoffs. Max Afinoganov, maybe the fastest Sabre in Buffalo Sabres history. In my opinion, didn't have good finish, or else this would have been a 50-goal man, not a guy that gets 25 or 30 or whatever it was, his career high. He could have been a 50-goal man if he had the finish, But still, exciting, fun to watch. I remember being at the games in Buffalo, how the fans would rise to their feet when he started going with that puck. Oh, man, he was exciting to watch. Brian Campbell, a complete steal at 156 in the 6th round, without a doubt. I mean, all you have to do is look at his career earnings to tell you that. But Campbell was an integral part of our 2006 run. And, he's one of the old school boys I always will miss from that 2006 squad. And when he left, when it was time for him to be traded, you could see he was in tears, It was sad. Number 5, Bill Height. Like I said, you know what? He is the highest. You see here, he's the highest at 33 of all the picks. But he had to make the cut because he's in the 3rd round. And without a doubt, Bill Height cuts it there. And that's the only reason I might have put Bill Height, If Bill Height would have been 133rd, I might have put him in front of Ryan Miller even. Seriously. So, but nobody goes in front of Taro. Everybody, and again, you young folks that don't know Taro Tsujimoto, you got to go check him out online. I mean, you got to, because this is a Sabres legend. If you don't know him, you're not really a Sabres fan. Go check him out. Peter McNabb, who could have been a 30-goal man throughout the 70s and 80s with the Sabres. A big integral part of the big Bruins team that used to fight the Habs to the death in the 70s and 80s. Yeah, God, that's another trade. Anyway, the way that one worked out that's a long story that I might do a video on that one time of him and Andre Savard. All right, next one is Alex McGillney, of course, who the Sabres took it at 89th overall. And yes, that is why he took the number. That is why he took the number. Number 2, Ryan Miller, who leads our team in wins all time. And we drafted him in the 5th round at 138th. And Taro Tsujimoto at 183 in the 11th round has to be the greatest draft pick in Buffalo Sabres history. Just my opinion, guys. That's where I stand. So that's it. I hope you guys have a good morning. I got to go slap this together because there was all sorts of cuts and stuff I'm going to have to make because of one, like the Peter McNabb thing. I didn't have his year. Oh, God. I'm half awake. All right, folks, I will see you this afternoon when we do the pregame video. See you then.